Hello. Today I did a lot of material stuff with the silhouettes and with a start for like having some kind of toon shading as an option. Not sure if we'll use it or if we'll need to modify it, but I did get it working, which is cool. And something I just got really excited about is this silhouette here. The way it was working right now is anything that I turned my toon shading on for, so I turned it on for this flower, would also get that silhouette effect, which I didn't want because, as you can see, really far back there, you can see the flower. But I did figure out a way to fix that with the stencil option that you can enable in project settings. But basically, for every mesh that I don't want to have that, all I have to do is set it to 1 here. So I'm just going to do that on all of those. And if I go back in the level, they will no longer be visible through walls. But he still can, and they all still have the shading on there. Now this outline is jittering, and I might know why. Actually, I might be able to fix that right now. As I learn more about this, I'm starting to pick up on a couple things. That does fix it. It also made the opacity really bad. Maybe I can, yeah, set that to 0.8 or something. Look at that. Wow. I gotta see that in action real quick. Wow, I just improved the silhouette thing. Cool. Now it doesn't jitter. Oh wow, yeah. I've oh, that's because I had him placed. That's still too visible, but I can play with that later. Another thing that I had done is I made a toon shader as well. I followed along a tutorial, but I did understand it as I went, and I think we can make this more subtle to still fit with the style. But essentially what that's doing right now is any object that I add to the custom depth pass will have this on there. I might have to make it to where it needs a specific value too, because right now anything in there will have it on there. I can worry about that later, but if I drag this out, I can have a better idea of what's actually happening. So this will basically transition it between with and without the toon shader on there. If I set to 0, this is just well, it doesn't look like normal gem, actually. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. What was the default? The default was 1. This is what prevented it from being everywhere. If I turn it on everywhere, this is what it looks like. The grass starts to get especially ugly. So that's why I opted for only having it on some specific things. So that way we can still like use PBR a lot more easily. Here's some of the settings to play with. This light shadow threshold here is basically just like, well, it's exactly what it says, what the threshold of light and shadow should be. I just put that 0.5. And this is the transition, so like how much to fade between the two. If I set that to 0 and 1, you can really start to see the difference there. 1 is basically like super soft shadows, while 0 would be harder, more cartoony. I still think 0.2, 0.3 area is probably just like the best there. It's still weird that this wasn't doing much. Maybe Jim just already looked cartoony and I couldn't really tell much of a difference there. But no, because I can still see some of the toon shading. So I guess this parameter just doesn't work like I thought it did. which is fine. I can also edit the tints. So if I wanted the light to be like red and the shadows to be like green, maybe not green, let's do blue. So you can kind of see like how the shader itself is working a lot better here. So I wonder if, okay, yeah, this is definitely not working like it was supposed to. So I'll probably have to fix that. Yeah, this is a good way to visualize what I was just talking about. Yeah. It does look like I'll need to make some changes to make it, because what I wanted this value to do was transition from no toon shading to having toon shading, so we could find a good middle ground in there. So I'll have to go back and fix that somewhere in here, because that parameter is just where are you? There you are. Yeah, I'll look through that math again later. But I did learn how to use the custom stencil stuff today. I just did a really simple thing with an if statement where if the custom stencil value is 1, then just use the scene color. But if it's not 1, go for it. Do the silhouette. And right here is where I can put like a checker pattern for the silhouette, or maybe I could even just do like a dither with this. I wonder if that would look good. I want to go see real quick. But we could put like a pattern for the silhouette, so it's not just like Jim but darkened. So I just threw a dither on it, so it'll look a little different now. Looks a little strange. Oh, that's very strange. Maybe that's why I had the tone mapping afterwards, actually, because that looks kind of bad. At least when you start to like try to put texture on it. It looked pretty good before then. Except when the camera moves, it's really shaky. But I'll worry about that later. For now, I'm pretty content with... Okay, no, that's pretty bad. I'm gonna turn that back to how it was. It jittered, but it was a lot more legible. So I'm putting that back. That was just awful. Awful, awful, awful. It'll jitter, but not when the camera moves, which the camera's going to be moving a lot, so this will still be better in the long run. Yeah, I'll keep messing around with Toon shader stuff so we can try to get something that actually like will look good, because it definitely stands out right now. That's why I wanted to have like a transition between the two, just to give it like a little cartoony flair. See if that helped us establish a look better. But yeah, that's about all for now.